Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Houston Inside Out. I am your host, James J., and today we are talking about points. Lender points, that is. What are they, and should you pay them? Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. This is James J. Barnes back again with another update. Actually, really not an update today. Today, we are going to talk about points. Now, yesterday I talked about FHA loans and the down payment program that takes it from 3.5% to 1.5%. Today, we're talking points. Now, I'm not talking James Harden points, although it's very impressive what he's doing. We're not talking how many points he scored last night, which was 40 something last night. We're not talking that. We're talking lender points, discount points. A lot of people are not aware of what that means. So I want to talk a little bit about points. So lenders use a lot of terminologies that kind of don't make sense. This is kind of one of them. Instead of calling it a percentage, they call it a point. All right. So anytime you hear a point, it's going to cost 1 point for this or 2 points. That simply just means it's a percentage. So, and by the way, if you've got any questions, any more additional questions that you have as it relates to this, you can go to txmoney.com. That's txmoney.com. There's a lot of other resources there other than the points information, but you can go over there and kind of get some more information there or reach out to us. But points, again, it's a percentage. So when you hear 1 point or 2 points, that means it's 1% or 2 percentage points of the actual loan amount. So for example, I'm going to use easy math here. $100,000 loan, if it's going to cost 1 point to maybe buy down a rate, it's going to be $1,000. If it's 2 points, it's $2,000. So it's nothing more than a percentage of your loan amount. That's all that means. But there are times where it makes sense to maybe buy down your interest rate. All right. And so basically the lender is going to charge a point or two or whatever they charge for that. All that means is you're going to pay some cost up front. So $100,000 loan, if it's 2 points, you're going to pay $2,000 up front to maybe take your interest rate from 4.8 to, 4.7, just as an example, or 4.5. What you got to consider though is the cost that you're spending to buy down the interest rate. You got to make sure you're going to be in the home long enough for it to make sense for you to be able to recoup that money. So if you're going to buy a home for $100,000, you're going to spend $2,000 plus your closing costs. Now this is just the points that you're paying. So you've got points to buy down the interest rate. You still have regular closing costs associated with it as well. So my point here is, if you're going to spend $2,000, you need to make sure that you're going to be in the home long enough to be able to recoup that. So hopefully that makes sense. You don't want to go spend $2,000 and then buy a house and move after 6 months. Typically you're probably not going to get your money back from what you spent to buy the interest rate down. So it doesn't make sense to spend that money. Hopefully that makes sense. If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. Give me a wow, something so you guys know. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you weren't on yesterday, just by the way, I have partnered up with Reliant Mortgage. And for some of you guys, you may not know, I am a licensed loan officer as well as a realtor, but I've partnered with Reliant Mortgage. We are a military owned and run mortgage company, which I absolutely love. And some of the products that this company offers is absolutely amazing. I know every lender probably says that, but anyway, we've got some really good products. So anyway, back to the points here. So anyway, points, you got to make sure that it makes sense to spend that money. All right. So a loan officer can run numbers for you. If you've got, you kind of need to see the scenario. Does it make sense for me to go spend $3,000? Assuming you're going to stay in a home long enough, it may make sense as interest rates start to increase, which they are going to continue to increase as we get further into this year, according to all the experts. It may make sense to get to a point where, we start seeing a lot of people buying down their interest rate again. From 2008 to 2018 or 17, should I say, there was no reason really to buy down the interest rate because the rates were so cheap. All right, money was cheap back then. Now those days are gone. We saw a significant increase last year, and we're going to continue to see an increase this year. So just kind of got to look at it, kind of do a break-even analysis to see if it makes sense to spend that money. But a lot of times it makes sense to buy down the interest rate if you know you're going to stay in a home long enough. And again, as rates start to increase this year, you're going to see a lot of that buying down interest rate. That's going to start coming back more and more. It's going to become more and more prevalent. And so if you've got any questions on this or anything else as it relates to mortgage matters, you can head over to txmortgagemoney.com, txmortgagemoney.com. There's a lot of resources there. I'd be glad to help you as well. So today's going to be pretty short, but this came up because I had a client that is looking at getting a loan for, it's actually an investment property, and they are looking at two different lenders. One's charging 2 points, one's charging 3. The difference is one of the lenders actually charging it on the front end, the other one's charging it on the back. So every situation is a little different. It may make sense if you don't want to really come out front with a lot of money up front. And this is a special situation because it's an investor. This is not a normal FHA conventional, USDA, VA. No, it's not that situation. It's a little more complex because it's an investment property. But with that being said, that's why I wanted to talk about points, because they didn't know what that meant. They were kind of comparing it to the APR. It has zero to do. It's not the APR point. It's just something that you pay 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be, to either buy down your rate, or sometimes lenders will just use points and throw that number around or throw that terminology around a lot of times and assuming that people know what they're talking about, and they don't. So if you don't know, ask. It's too big of a purchase to assume or not ask questions. Please reach out to us, ask me questions, ask your lender questions. But again, if you got any other information that you need, txmoneymoney.com, txmortgagemoney.com, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow. I'll be on again tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear everything, and listen, give me some feedback, good, bad, indifferent. It's all good. All right. I will continue to put out as much relevant content as I possibly can, and I will talk with you guys soon. Have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow.